I have a question. So,
All right.
have you ever stolen anything that wouldn't incriminate you? Obviously.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. So, it's funny that you asked that because I was actually just thinking of this story like a week ago
Hmm.
when I don't know how old I was. I'm going to bet I was around 13 or 14. Every year there was an event in my town, and I don't even remember what it's called now, which is sad to say, but it's a festival, and it
Hmm.
happens every August. And this year it was a big event. Like they normally it's like the community kind of comes together, and they cook food and all this stuff. Well, this year they went all out, and they got rides like not like fair rides, but like blow up inflatable like
Hmm.
slides and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
big ones. They were huge.
Yeah.
In reality, they're probably not that big because I was like 12 or 13, so they were probably like normal size. But I just remember thinking they were like the coolest thing. Well, I had enough money to pay for me and my best friend. Well, there was another one of our friends, and she didn't have money, and we really, really wanted her to come in. And
Hmm.
I don't even, and this is what I was thinking. Like, I don't even know where I came up with this because if I was thinking about it, I don't even think I could do it today. And we're like trying to figure out. We're like, all right, I don't have money. You know, I don't want to go all the way home. I could probably if we walk all the way home, but it's like an hour walk back to my house.
Hmm.
And I'm like, how are we going to do this? Because we want our other friend to come in. And I
Hmm.
look down and I see, and so they had the wrist strap bracelets. I don't know what they're actually called, but
Yeah.
the amusement park bracelet thing.
Hmm.
And there was one on the ground, and it was just like it had been ripped off someone, and it was just in the mud. And I'm like, oh, I know what we're gonna do. And so I pick it up, and we go to the front where you pay the register, and I go up to this, and she probably wasn't much older than me. She was probably 16, 17, I don't know.
Hmm.
And I'm like, hey, look, here's the thing. My friend here, her bracelet got ripped off. Can we get a new one?
Hmm.
And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And so she gives us a new bracelet. And it astounds me that I thought of that at such a young age because today, like I said, I don't even think I could come up with that. And it's not like but it was like, I think it was like 15, $20. So it's not nothing crazy,
Hmm.
but still, yeah. So I stole entrance to a festival, I guess, like an amusement type thing. So
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, what about you?
Um. So this happened back in like the first grade, and I and there was this girl in my class, and I was like, yeah,
Always a girl.
she's a cutie. So I'm like, all right, Valentine's Day is in like a few days. I'm gonna like do something. I don't know what, but I'm gonna do something. So I'm at the store with my mom. I'm at a Ben Franklin Crafts. It's a craft store, and we're like walking down like the bead aisle, and I'm just thinking, hmm, what if I do a little something today? Huh? I don't, because like I'm still kind of like this. I'm still like a not not a very social person. I have a lot of social anxiety, and like back then, especially when it came to like girls and stuff, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not talking to mom about this woman until I'm married. I don't want to talk to her about. So yeah, so I'm like, all right. I see, I'm like for like in like the little like bead section, and I'm looking at everything. I'm like, huh. None of these have like a price tag or anything on them. What if I pick up this like little heart and I slip it in my pocket and I'm like, there we go. So yeah, I stole this like little heart, like maybe like the size of like this like Lego helmet right here. It was
Yeah.
just a small thing. So I go into school the next day and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let her know. So I put the heart in this girl's cubby, and then I'm like, all right, I'm bouncing my leg. I'm stressed, and I'm like, all right, And then I see her walking over. I'm like, okay, time to do this. All right, what you gonna do? And she's like, oh, who put this here? Oh my god, it's so cute. And I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna sit here. Not gonna say anything. Nope, nope. So, yeah, that was the only time I've ever stolen anything. Yeah, for a woman, of course. So,
Like
yeah.
it's always for a girl. You know?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, like I see to this day, like I mean, I can't think of another thing I've stolen. Like that's the
Mhm.
one thing. And it's not even like I don't think it like really affected me that much. It was just the only thing like I ever like wanted bad enough
Mhm.
to be like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's,
mean, I guess there's like small like occasions where like me and my buddies would be walking around town and there's we're like, is that a machete laying down over there? We're gonna take that home, which that did happen. There's just a machete lying down right there on the trailhead, and we're like, yeah, yeah, okay, sure. And then eventually one of my friends throws it up in the tree and gets stuck up there, but that's another thing. So yeah, so yeah, gotta hope that didn't fall down on someone. But yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. I never really been a mischievous child, so I never really got in trouble, stolen anything. Never really did anything like that. So yeah,
well, that's good.
oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun question though. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I like looking back, I might have had a promising career as a con man. Like
Oh yeah.
and I was so like I remember too, because I like you're saying I was very socially awkward. I didn't get out very much. Like I just not very social kid. Like I had maybe like two really good friends growing up, and I didn't socialize with other. So like the fact that, and that's what I was laughing about like last week when I was thinking about it. It's like how did I
Mhm.
do that? Because it was so smooth, dude. It was like, look, this got ripped off. Can we get another one? Like it was just so well done. And they were
Yeah.
like, oh, of course. Like I'm sorry that happened, and it's I don't
Mhm.
know. But do you regret not saying yeah that was me?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's too many situations to even bring up in my head where I should have said something but didn't, and then I'm like, oh, I should have said something, but no, I didn't. So, yeah, I definitely wish I did. I'd probably be a lot better off now, like socially, if I did. So, yeah.
So okay, do you know where this girl is? Are you friends with her on Facebook or anything?
No, no, I have no. I actually heard that she is in Arizona, which is where I'm at. Uh, like through her like grandma, because her grandma used to be like a recess like monitors, I guess. Grown-ups would
Oh yeah.
walk around
Okay.
recess yards and stuff. So yeah, I'm friends with her, and I saw she was in Arizona like months ago, but I have no contact with her.
This is your chance, man.
Oh my god, no. I don't know about that.
I look. Here's the thing: is it was me
No, yeah.
after all these years.
You know what? Maybe I'll just try to do that. I'll be like, hey, do you remember this, that, and the other? And maybe I'll get back to y'all next week. I don't know. We'll see. So,
Dude, I would love nothing more than to hear the most amazing
oh
story, even if nothing came from it. Like, I think that
yeah,
would be so fun.
yeah.
Because I mean, I can think of things like that, just random moments where I'm like, I wonder if anyone else remembers that, or if it was just me.
Hmm.
That would be interesting to see if she remembers it. But no, you don't have to. I mean, I think it
No,
would be
that'd be
fun,
interesting
but
actually. Yeah.
this could be the start of something great, man. You started it,
Oh
what,
boy.
15 years ago, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how many years it's been, but
It's yeah, yeah, probably 13, 14 years. It's been a long time. So
there you go.
yeah, who knows? So yeah. Yeah, there's been honestly, surprisingly, like very, very like few occasions where I'll like talk to like one of my old friends and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, I remember that too." Like for whatever reason that like that kind of like stuff just kind of sticks with me and not really with other people that much. So yeah.
Yeah, like I've had that. I remember I was asking my dad just about this random story, and I remember it so vividly. I remember him telling me, and I'm like, "Do you remember that?" And
Hmm.
he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And so like I wonder sometimes if like we just ingrain something in our brain so well, and other people just don't. Like it wasn't even that big of a deal to someone else. Like I wonder how often that happens.
Yeah. That that actually reminds me of another kind of short story. Me and one of my first friends, we were this was probably around the same time, maybe, elementary school. And my great uncle was over and he was talking to my dad and my great uncle, he's not really that good at hearing. So he says, a lot. And me and my friends were like hiding underneath the dining room table, just laughing at him because he kept saying, what was that? Just over and over again. And I just remember, like, now I feel like so bad about it. But like, when we were just like little little twerps laughing at this old man because he's hard of hearing. So
Yeah.
like my dad is like trying to talk to him, but yeah, so that's a whole other thing. But
Okay, so I thought of one more story I want to
okay,
tell on this subject,
definitely.
and so one of my friends, and I'm trying to think how to describe him, and it's so funny now because, and I can't attach a name to it or anything because now he
Definitely.
actually is a police officer, so
Oh
it's kind of
really?
funny that it was nothing big, but so across, I live kind of out in the country a little bit from our town. It's about a mile out,
Hmm.
and across from us there was a small pen or enclosure, and there was three ostrich. I'm not sure what
Hmm.
the plural is there,
You're looking kind
and
of pixelated over there, like you're in
oh,
it seems fine now, but it was like you're in
oh, okay.
Minecraft there. Anyway, ostriches. Ostrich.
So three ostrich,
Hmm.
and me and my older brother, we actually would get paid to go and take care of them when the owners would go out of town.
Hmm.
And oh man, we had so much fun with these ostrich, dude. And they're like, I don't know if you've ever been around them, but they're scary. They're huge, dude. They're like, oh man, and they're so fast. And I didn't know this as a kid, but now like I actually know. Like I watched. I don't remember where I saw this. It was like a fact about ostriches though, and they can like actually harm someone. They can actually put someone. They can hurt someone to death.
Hmm.
They're like they can whip their head so fast and their beak is so sharp, like they can puncture the skull. So it's like looking back, I'm like, wow, well, that was actually kind of crazy. But what we would do is we would one of us would be at one end of the enclosure and we would get the attention of the ostrich, and they would kind of like walk up, and they're very territorial, so they would walk up to us and kind of like fluff up their feathers.
Hmm.
And then the other one would get in the pen and would stand there and kind of wait and then get their attention and then just take off running, and the ostriches would chase us, and they're very fast too. That's what it's like. It's so funny now that like it's not even funny, it's stupid that we did this. But and don't do it, it's very stupid. But one time this friend comes over and he just disappears, and we're like, dude, where did he go? Like he was just here, and we had never taken him over there. We had
Uh-huh.
never like showed him this little game that we would do. And all of a sudden he comes back, and guess what he has? He has an ostrich egg.
Oh
He
no.
went over there and he snuck into the pen. And I don't know how he did this because again, they're very territorial and it wasn't a very big pen. And their eggs were kind of like back in the enclosure. Like there's no way he could have got back in there without them seeing him.
Hmm.
Anyway, I still to this day, I should ask him. I don't know how he did that. And maybe he wouldn't even remember it. But he comes back cradling this ostrich egg, and they're pretty big eggs. And
Hmm.
I just researched it. They go for around $30, so nothing crazy. But he has this $30 ostrich egg, and we're like, dude, what the heck are you doing? He's like, look, I found an ostrich egg, and we're like, yeah, go put it back, you idiot. And maybe they don't take eggs back. I don't know birds, like you shouldn't touch their eggs, so maybe they just like got rid of the egg. I don't know, but funniest story, dude. And like I said, he's actually a police officer now, and he used to be short, stout little guy, and I actually ran into him a week or probably 2, 3 weeks ago now,
Hmm.
and he like towers over me. Like he's
Really?
like 6'4", like ripped. Like he looks really good, and I'm like, whoa, dude, you look so different. And that's what made me think of it. Is like, wow, he's a police officer now, and I saw him like in uniform, like he was on duty when I ran into him. Anyways,
Hmm.
crazy story. It's so funny, but yeah.
You should try stealing more eggs this time.
Yeah, that's I need to ask him next time when I run into him in another like 10 years or whatever, if he remembers that egg. But
Hmm.
and I don't even know what he did with it. I don't know if he took it back or anything. So
Really?
yeah. But anyways.
I, I have another short story about a friend who also stole something, and I'm not gonna say who. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. But our mutual acquaintance Maul, he stole something. He walked into a convenience store, and I guess he didn't feel like paying for earbuds that day, so he just took them off the shelf and left. And then he walked back into the store just to like buy some normal stuff, and like the guy at the counter is like, so he comes over there, and and he's like, I guess he was like, he was telling me, it was so stupid that I went in there because I was clearly caught on the cameras taking it, but and then the cashier's like, all right, give it back, and I'm not sure if he gave it back, but he like apologized for it, and I guess he still goes there now, but yeah, that's just kind of funny that he stole something right on camera, went back to the same store to actually buy something, and then he gets caught for it. So yeah.
Give it back. That's yeah. I feel like that's like. I mean, I would be curious to know, but I feel like everybody has one of those stories when they were younger. Like
Oh
there's
yeah.
just something that you just have to have.
Hmm.